Hey everybody, I'm coming to you from my kitchen, and I thought I'd show you how to make one of my favorite dishes. It's called Skilletini. Now I got this dish from Johnny Carino's. They make a dish called Skilletini, and I just kind of took what some of their ingredients were, and I thought I'd just throw a few things together and just kind of make it my own. Now also I wanted to let you know this is one of my wife's favorite dishes as well. The main thing, it's Italian sausage, some chicken breasts, and some pasta. And then what I want to use for some of my seasonings are, I use a little bit of garlic salt, some freshly ground pepper, and then I used a little bit of minced garlic. Now you can use the fresh kind. If you want, you can just dice them all, mince it all up yourselves. Creole seasoning, gotta have that. Now this version is a little spicy, so you can do what you want with it. If you don't want it as spicy, you can leave out these last two. I also use a little bit of crushed red pepper and some Tabasco. Gotta have Tabasco, gotta have the heat. Now I'm going to give me a nice bowl of water that we're going to bring up to a boil, and then I'm also going to go ahead and drop a little olive oil in the bottom of my pan and start getting that hot. I'm going to go ahead and throw these Italian sausages into this pan. You see here I'm flipping these over, getting a nice little brown on the outside. While that's going, just going to lightly sprinkle a little bit of that Creole seasoning on there. I'll go ahead and take my chicken. I'm just going to start cutting it. I don't know if you can see that, but I try to go with just some real kind of thin slices on my chicken. Kind of cutting it up all kinds of different ways there. Just want to let you know I got this on kind of like about a medium heat. Letting those brown up. Want them to brown, but we don't want them to burn. Really, we're just kind of getting that outside cooked up a little bit. I'm going to use about 4 chicken breasts. Now you can see I just kind of got my chicken all finished cutting up. Getting these sausages all nice and brown. Not worried about cooking them all the way through just now, because once I get that chicken in there, I'm going to get that chicken in, and we're going to go ahead and slice these up, and it's going to come out really good there. Well, I hope you can hear the sizzle there. Now once these get a little brown, about the consistency that I want, we'll go ahead and pull them off. Again, we were just trying to get that outside a little brown. Now once I've let those Italian sausages rest for about 3 or 4 minutes, just to kind of let the juices in them settle. You see, I'm going to go ahead and throw that chicken into the pot. Turn my heat down on it. Give it a little stir. Then I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil into the bottom of that. I like to use olive oil. It's got a good flavor. Gives this dish a good taste. Give it a little stir up. I'm going to go ahead and throw some of that minced garlic in there. I season to taste. I don't really have any fast rule. It's just throwing a little garlic salt in there. Use garlic, a lot of garlic. And I'm just going to throw back some of this Creole seasoning back in there. I use a lot of the Creole seasoning. A little fresh pepper. A couple of cracks there. Stir it up a little bit. I like to do that Italian sausage before, because I feel that Italian sausage, a little bit of juices that seep out of there, gives it a little bit of flavor before this chicken gets started. A little bit more dash of that. Throw in a little bit of that crushed red pepper. Just a little bit of flakes to taste. And then of course just to give it a little bit of hint of Tabasco. Now again, I got my chicken cooking up, and while I got my chicken cooking up, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this sausage. So I'll get it out of my bowl onto my nice clean cutting board. And you can probably see how size I'm cutting these in. Usually what I try to do is I get it a little rough cut. I don't really like small little medallions like that. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of give it a little cut and just push down to make it kind of more of a rough edge. Okay, you can see we got our water boiling, so before I go ahead and throw those sausages into the plate, into that pan, that skillet, we'll go ahead and get our pasta cooking up. Told you I was going to throw a little bit of salt in that water, help give that little bit of flavor to our pasta. I just go ahead and throw that whole, give that a little bit of stir, that water going around it. See back over here we got our chicken's been cooking up. Go ahead and crank my heat back up on that a little bit, about a medium-high heat, and I'm going to throw that sausage into the mix. In that pan, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little more seasoning, Creole seasoning. Again, there's no fast or hard rule about this. I've been cooking this for a couple of years, and I just realized kind of the more seasoning the better. I go a little bit lighter on the garlic salt about this time, just because it's already got plenty of salt. A little more dash of that, cracked pepper, that crushed red pepper, and of course, got to have a little bit of heat. Get that nice stir going. Now there's a reason I threw my pasta in about the same time that I got this chicken going, because I'm going to want to use some of that boiling pasta water, almost like a pasta stock. Now that I got that all cooked up, one ingredient I forgot to tell you about, 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I'm going to go ahead and throw that all in. Once I get that in there, I'm going to stir it up. Get a nice little stir, and then I told you a little while ago, I wanted that stock from that pasta. Give me a ladle full. Just going to drop it in here and start stewing this meat. It's going to give it a nice little juicy little gravy almost like here for this dish. I've just been kind of for about 5 minutes here, just kind of been letting this stew down a little bit. I'm going to add just a little bit more water to that. Again, I'm wanting a nice, good, juicy kind of flavor down there. It's going to help stick all to our pasta, make a nice juice for this. Stirring that up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and add in my pasta. Now when you cook that pasta, you want to cook it and you want it to still be just a little hard. It's called al dente, and that way it's going to cook just a little bit in here. It's going to meld with all those juices. Once that's all together, ain't nothing left but the best part. Get it on a nice plate, some of that chicken. And that there is my skilletini. Tell you what, and here's the best part. Nice and hot. Delicious. Very good.